Hello everyone, welcome back to Whisper of the Wind. Today, in this video, we are bringing you a beginner guide to the game where we meet. A comprehensive guide primarily aims to help players who are not familiar with the game and to get up to speed quickly. First, the game is divided into single player and multiplayer mode. Single player mode mostly focus on exploring the vast open world, which is essential for an open world game. The combat is mainly relying on your timing of actions, making it more action-oriented. The multiplayer mode, on the other hand, focuses on raiding dungeons and team play. Combat rating in this game is based on combat powers. On the other hand, if you don't participate in multiplayer modes, you can avoid a lot of content related to increasing your combat power. The game's single player mode has 4 difficulty levels: the story modes, the normal modes, and the hard modes. The final difficulty, the hardcore mode, isn't released yet. For a casual player, I would recommend you to start off from the story modes. The game have a assisted parry mode, which I don't recommend you to on it, as it will pause your screen whenever the boss hit you, which will affect the fluidity of the gameplay. But if you encountered a boss that you can't defeat, you can temporarily on it. Starting the game, I will give you 3 tips. First, at the NPC over here, you can actually find a oddity talent NPC, and by clicking on it, talking to it, it will let you select 4 major skills to learn. A lot of YouTubers will recommend you to pick the fence set, as it's crucial to have a healing fence early stage, and it will help you a lot in the boss fight early. But for me, I would recommend you to pick the tank set or the range DPS umbrella set. Reason being, in the Qinghe area, you can actually learn lots of different skills, and the healing fence set is one of them. But for the tank or for the range umbrella set, you can only unlock it in Kaifeng, the next map. So it will make more sense for you to learn this umbrella or tank set so that you can unlock some skill that you can't learn in the Qinghe area. The second point for this game is to obtain martial arts skill. As I mentioned, in Qinghe, there are many martial arts skills you can learn from. So all you need to do is to complete a quest, which is located over here near the Peace Bell Tower. Then click and go to the martial arts skill you have not learned yet. The map will show you exactly where it is, and you just head over there and do a simple puzzle dungeon and learn it. The third tips is that you will see all these road signs in the game. Those messages are left behind by other players. Similar to Dark Souls or Elden Ring, those messages are incredibly useful. It can help you get past puzzles or show you things that you might have missed. Although sometimes you might encounter some road signs that are not useful or even a plank, but I believe most of the people are still good in this game. So let's get started. The main storyline and the character level cap are like squeezing a toothpaste, a bit by bit. What we need to do is to push the story as far as possible and open up new teleport points along the way. Beside the main story, our top priority should be the side story, which is a one-time important side story. All these side stories contain a very interesting story, and their reward is also excellence. It will provide you with quite a few mystic art, which will be useful at the start. In Qinghe region, there are a total of 8 side stories. Completing the first 7 and reaching 6,000 exploration progress will unlock the 8th one, which involve a final fight with one of the biggest boss in the early stage. In the early game, it's best to explore and obtain 3 utility mystic art as quick as possible. The first mystic art comes from the volume 1 of the side story, and the second mystic art comes from volume 3, and the third mystic art comes from volume 5. For volume 1, it's a skill which allows you to assassinate minions, which will be very useful at the start. Then, in chapter 3, there will be a skill which allows you to stun your enemy, and it will be very useful for combats or puzzle solving. And the final one will unlock you the lightness skill, which allow you to travel for great distance. But however, in order to use this lightness skill, you will need to have your exploration up to 4000, and you will automatically get this quest item for you to unlock the lightness skill, which allow you to fly anywhere you want. Other than side story, the next two things you are going to take note of is Stronghold and Dungeons. Both Stronghold and Dungeon require energy to tackle. They are the only two places in this game that use energy, which regen over time. Both offer large amount of resources. The difference is that the dungeon actually act like a boss dungeon, leading towards more equipment, while the Stronghold is more like a area for you to clear, and the reward are focusing more on the material which used to upgrade your mythic art skill. You can either choose the Stronghold or Dungeon in single player or multiplayer modes. However, the reward in multiplayer mode are more. Now, for a regular player who doesn't have much combat power, can they join the multiplayer modes? When it comes to Stronghold in multiplayer, there isn't any combat power requirement, anyone can just join. And for the dungeon, as player progress before level 50, there isn't any requirement for your combat rating. But after level 50, it will start to get harder and you might require more combat power. So, for regular player, when you are clearing your energy in early stage, you can blindly choose the multiplayer mode. Once you hit level 50, then you can start deciding whether you want to do the level 50 dungeon boss or simply the Stronghold. But no matter what you choose, whether be it the dungeon boss or the Stronghold, you should at least complete it in single player mode once, because they are first time clear rewards. You can also check out the related storyline. For players who want to find out more about the plot of the game, please do as many dungeon boss as possible, and you will know how rich the game plot is. By the way, as you level up or progress your battle pass, you will get some energy pill. This energy pill is very important. Do not use it recklessly. Using it early will be a waste. It's best to save it. In this game, level 90 and 95 will be a crucial point for you to use it, because you will be stuck there for months. For bosses, there will also be world boss in the game. And what's the difference between world boss and dungeon boss? Basically, in world boss, you can only kill it once, while for dungeon boss, you can defeat it multiple times. Although player can also challenge the world boss through a trial, but it's mainly for player who want titles for no damage taken, and it will not have any major rewards other than some rewards if you clear it and complete certain objectives. Now, let's talk about a few things we will use frequently in game. First, there is a clinic, and you can come here after you complete quests up to your home. And here, you can actually turn in the material you collected to upgrade your medicine pouch here, to increase the number of potions you can get. If you have any injuries, you can also come here to get treated, or post for help in the world channel to get people to help you. It's easy to get all sorts of disease or illness in the game. Doctor is a role which is very popular, and everyone should start being a doctor first. Next, remember the place where you learn the first 4 skills. That area you can also turn in your oddities, and you can get rewards like attribute points or energy pills and all sorts of things. Next, come over here and look for this NPC called Tang Bao. This NPC actually sells a very important internal skill, which is useful for every single martial arts skill. And you should save all your jade to buy everything from him. Do not spend your jade recklessly. You need to get this internal skill called 易水歌. as this internal skill is very powerful. Then, at this area in the Fenghe village, there's an NPC that sells you raw materials or upgrade materials. Apart from collecting it ourselves, you can come here and buy the materials from the shop weekly, as it resets every week. Next, let's look at how we improve our combat rating. In this game, you can improve your combat rating by leveling up your primary or secondary skill, as well as your internal and mystic art skill. There are a total of 12 martial arts skill and 7 weapons for you to learn. They are the swords, the spear, the dual blades, the fan, the rods, the umbrella, and the darts. In the single players mode, you can use whatever skill you want, and a lot of you might want to pair one for damage and one for healing. For healing, the current options are only the healing fan or the healing umbrella. In multiplayer mode, thanks to dedicated support role, damage dealer are usually carrying 2 damage skill with the same attributes. For example, Nameless Sword normally pair with Nameless Spear. Both are same elements and it will synchronize with each other perfectly, as Nameless Sword spends stamina while Nameless Spear regen stamina. As we mentioned earlier, the main way to collect martial arts skill is through learning from NPC. But how do we obtain internal skill? To obtain internal skill, you can get it by various events in the game. And if you have not obtained any internal skill, simply click here and the game will give you hints at where the internal skill is. Actually, for beginner, you don't have to worry too much for the combination of the internal skill at first. Just use whatever you have. For example, the internal skill I asked you to learn early, the E-Striker, is very useful, and if you have it, you can use it first. In single player mode, internal skill doesn't have significant impacts, because the main effects are mainly seen in multiplayer modes. If you are a DPS, you want to see your damage high. Then it will be the Mystic Art. Mystic Art, the commonly used one, will mainly be obtained during main storyline. Basically, everything related to your progression can be exchanged in the weekly shop. And please make sure you clear everything in the weekly shop every week. Finally, for equipment. For equipment, try to have the 4 same equipment for its set bonus. The left side, your 2 primary and secondary swords, together with your accessories, your earring and your necklace, comes together in a set of 4. While the right hand side, your armors, your helmet, your gloves and your boots come together as a 4 set. So it's a 4+4 formula. So there is a guide button over here, you can click on it and it will show you what equipment you should use for what skill. If you want to find out more about the equipment or your internal or any character progression, do check out my previous video on the following topics. Finally, I believe I have covered most of the things that newbie will need to learn. Please like, subscribe and share if you find my information